Hello YouTube! Flashlight Enthusiast here. Finally, I got my hands on the new Acebeam L16 2.0, which is a little upgrade of their old L16 long-range tactical flashlight. What I immediately noticed is the small form factor despite using a higher capacity 21700 cell and still focusing on over 600 meters of throw. Quick note, I got this flashlight directly from Acebeam free of charge. However, if you are interested in this model, I have a special coupon code for our community, FAT15, that gives you 15% of discount. So if you'd like to purchase Acebeam products, make sure to use this coupon code for additional savings. This does support the channel quite a bit. Acebeam L16 2.0 comes in an attractive standard Acebeam box with flashlight picture on it and key stats representing what could you expect. On the rear we've got some company information. Magnetic opening is also quite nice, and inside you'll find a bunch of accessories. A good quality velcro holster with Acebeam logo, stretchy fabric and some standard attachments to your belt, also plastic D-ring. The fitting is quite good actually. Definitely fits the holster quite well. The flashlight itself with the included battery, of course, an adjustable wrist lanyard with Acebeam logo, a short USB to USB-C charging cable, 2 spare O-rings and USB-C charging port rubber cover. Last but not least, all the warnings, warranty and user manual in different languages. Before operating, make sure to remove the lens cover, as well as unscrew the tail cap and remove the insulation film from the battery compartment. So here it is, the new Acebeam L16 2.0. What I immediately noticed is that this flashlight is quite compact for a 21700 cell. Obviously we've got the standard excellent quality of Acebeam. This matte finish of anodization is the highest quality I know on the market, so definitely a reliable tool. We've got this single switch on the side, stainless, also nice metal one, some engravings, hot markings, this nice knurling here on the battery tube which gives you nice grip even with wet hands, but it's not aggressive on your pockets whatsoever. We've got the pre-installed stainless steel pocket clip, hard anodized on the black color. This is press fit, so you can remove it easily with enough force, but you'll also scratch the anodization, so I wouldn't do that. Here on the tail cap you've got your lanyard attachment, 2 of them actually, but the lanyard here, make sure it goes on the side of it because it will disturb the tail standing feature, which is by far quite stable without the lanyard. We've got nice stainless steel bezel, also black one, so this looks quite stealth in my view, definitely in tactical style. And as you notice, we've got some threads on the bezel here. That's because you've got an optional accessories of orange filter that you can actually screw down to the bezel. And now we've got our beam in orange color. It is definitely a good accessory, and as you can see, there is an anti-reflective coating here to minimize the light losses. However, you do lose plenty of light with such filters, and I really wish it was a red one instead of orange one, because as you can see right now on the Beamshot section, the beam is literally orange, which I wouldn't find useful. Red one is definitely more standard to me. It gives you this illusion of warm white LED, which might be the case, but in tactical situations I don't really think that might be useful. Let me know in the comment section below if you know application of such filter. Moving on, there is this tail cap with a single tactical switch and USB-C charging port here under this rubber cover, which I'll show you in a second. Unscrewing the tail cap will reveal a nice set of unanodized threads. Again, this is the direction Acebeam is going from some time. I really don't like this one because you cannot lock out the flashlight physically, which might be quite problematic in some cases. Nevertheless, we've got highest quality spring down there. Everything looks really premium here, as you would expect from Acebeam. There is an included 21700 cell, the highest capacity on the market right now, 15 amps rated. This is a good cell. However, Acebeam thought about us flashlight enthusiasts, and you can use the standard unprotected 21700 cells as well in the flashlight. So because of the length difference, the tension on the spring will be a little bit lighter. However, you can easily use the flashlight and it does not cause any issues in my view. As there is second spring down there in the battery tube, as you can see, we've got dual tube design, so the signal from the switch goes directly to the driver located in the head. However, as I mentioned, you cannot lock out the flashlight physically because the tube is glued on this side, and here you've got unanodized threads, so the only option that you can lock out the flashlight is by electronic, which is in the UI luckily. On the tail cap, Acebeam incorporated also the USB-C charging port, which is covered by this rubber cover that sits quite tightly, mind you, which is quite good. And down there we've got a standard USB-C charging port, which is always a nice addition. And as you can see, there is this hole right there, and Acebeam offers an additional accessory, the tactical switch, that could be used with this USB-C charging port plug that also can be secured by the screw right there. So definitely a tactical application here. Here is your LED charging indicator, and once you plug in your USB-C charging port, you can see that there is green that fully charged because I charged it almost 30 minutes ago, and there is also the red one, which means charging in process. And I have to comment here because, as you can see right on the screen, the charging is painfully slow for today's standards, and it took me over 6 hours to fully charge the included 5000 mAh battery, which is just absurd. So I truly pity every user of L16 that does not have an external charger and has to rely on a super slow USB-C charging in this flashlight. If that would be your duty light, which is quite good choice in my view, you definitely need to have a spare cell or two because the charging is just absurdly slow. Alright, moving on, there is this excellent reflector and LED choice here. So we've got quite a deep reflector despite the small head, and there's SFT 40 emitters, so quite small die that will illuminate. And this results in a super focused beam that will throw over 600 meters, which is definitely a great result from such a compact flashlight. And the beam is also quite bright, around 2000 lumens, which is more than enough in most cases. Maybe I forgot to mention this, but I got the 5000K version. My Opal meter, however, shows a little bit higher numbers, like 5500K. In terms of the UI, it's quite simple. We've got the side switch and we've got the tail switch. The tail switch is basically your turbo output shortcut. So we've got momentary when you half press, and when you fully press, you've got your turbo constant on, and one single click will turn the flashlight off. And that's basically the function of tail switch. So instant access to turbo output when you need it, but the rest is definitely serviced by this side switch. So one click for on, one click for off. You can hold the button from off to go into the ultra low, which is quite low actually. I really like that one. And when you hold the switch from on, you cycle through low, medium, medium to and high, and in the loop. So we've got 4 modes in the loop. Double tap for turbo output, double tap again to return to the previously used mode, which is also quite convenient. You've got triple click for strobe mode, one click for off, and you've also got your lockout function, as I mentioned before. So you have to hold the switch from off, wait for the moonlight mode to appear, and then wait for blinks, and now your flashlight is locked out. What I missed here is some kind of indicator of the battery level, which is usually located in some vicinity of the switch in Acebeam. However, here in this particular flashlight, I think they missed it. So we've got only your charging indicator under this rubber cover, which is actually covered while not using your charging, and it does not act as a battery indicator. So you have to rely on the runtime, your intuition or whatever. This flashlight just does not warn you when the battery is running low, just lowering the brightness. So if you start seeing that flashlight is not shining as bright as it used to, then you probably need to replace the batteries. So here are my lumen measurements of the Acebeam L16 2.0 on an included 5000 mAh battery. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. We can all agree that we buy Acebeam products for the quality but also for the performance, and L16 is not the exception here. I measured around 1848 lumens at start. This is the 5000K version, mind you, on an included 5000 mAh battery, and as you can see we've got over 2 minutes and 40 seconds of stable performance before stepping down from over 1557 lumens over the quick step down over the course of 20 seconds to around 800 lumen level, with flashlight body achieving around 45 degrees Celsius, mind you. And as you can see, and as you would expect from Acebeam, you've got nice regulated driver and flat output regulation, around 825 lumens sustained for exactly 2 hours before, as I mentioned, flashlight starts to smoothly decrease the brightness, leaving you slowly in the dark, which is one thing I have to criticize in this excellent performance. I repeat, excellent, really excellent performance of the L16 2.0. And if you go one mode down, which is the high mode, here I measured around 864 lumens, and as you can see, no step down whatsoever until the 2 hours and 13 minutes mark, where the flashlight steps down from over or around 758 lumens to infinity, zero, so smooth output decrease with flashlight body stabilized in 50 degrees Celsius. This is definitely getting hot, but not too hot to handle, and again I'm really disappointed in this smooth ramping towards zero without any warning. So summing up, I really like the Acebeam L16 2.0 and the design and overall idea of the flashlight. I definitely agree that the driver is excellent on this one, and sustaining a whopping 800-ish lumens for over 2 hours is definitely a great result for a flashlight with this head size. And even with single emitter, the runtimes are really great and the performance of this flashlight is undoubtedly respectable. Having over 600 meters of range with this pocket size and instant access to strobe mode and turbo mode is definitely a great companion in duty situations, but also outdoor adventures. What I miss in this flashlight is definitely a battery indicator and first of all, quick charging. We live in the times when we all value our times, and I think that installing 1 amp charging with such high capacity battery is definitely a killer for such a model. Last but not least, unanodized threads is definitely a safety concern for me, because you cannot lock out the flashlight physically, which might get handy in some travel situations or even tactical scenarios. Overall, definitely great design and application, however with some flaws that might be too much for the users to handle. If you are interested in purchasing your first or maybe another Acebeam flashlight, make sure to check out the coupon code below this video. It will save you some money and help the channel quite a bit. Please let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about the Acebeam L16. Maybe you own one, or maybe you like to get one but was hesitant before the review. Make sure to leave your comment down below this video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, not to support the algorithm on this channel, not to miss any future videos that I release. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.